All right, so this is one of the last videos in the module, and what we're gonna focus on today is who you report to. In the last video that you saw, I kind of took you through your novice check-in, your novice daily report, your novice tracking and questionnaire that you're gonna be doing on a daily basis, turning in, getting signed off on a daily basis. But this is not something that you're going to bring to me, even though you're gonna see me all over the gym. These are reports and signatures and check-ins that you're gonna get from your crew leaders. Now, I'm not gonna name who the crew leaders are just because they change so often. So it's up to you to find out who the current crew leaders are, and make sure that at the beginning of your shift, if you're scheduled to start your shift at 5:15, then the sign-in sheet is something that needs to be checked off and approved by a crew leader before you starting your shift. And then also the paperwork, the sign-in sheet and the checkout should be something that you get signed out before you leave for the day, and also turning in your reports. It's all gonna happen with the crew leader. The crew leader will get this information to whoever needs to have this information. And as far as questions go, you need to direct your questions to these crew leaders as well. There is an email that gets sent out at the end of every day, which is just a summary of what it is that you did for that day, which pretty much is what you're reporting on anyways. So you can easily take a picture of the reports that you're turning in, and then when you're home, you can type out your email, and you're gonna get this email sent out to myself. My name is Becky, but my email address is becky@gymnastics-elite. You are also going to CC our general manager. Our general manager is Chris Holder, and his email address is chris@gymnastics-elite. And you will also be including your trainer or your crew leader, which again, there is a contact sheet by the coaches area. I'm not going to give specific emails just because the crew leader position is a constantly changing position. It's not a position that we want people to stay in for a really, really long time. And we're going to be using these videos for a really long time. So find out who the crew leaders are. Make sure that you take note of their email addresses so that you're sending these reports at the end of the day to the correct parties, to the correct people. And you also know who to get in touch with, who to ask questions to, who to communicate with when you have emergencies, or schedule questions or anything like that. Everything would be going through your crew leader. And it's important for you to follow this communication cadence because it's carefully designed throughout the entire company. And if you're not following this communication cadence, then a lot of things can come about that can be avoided. So if you're coming to me with questions or with issues or with concerns, the information is probably not going to make it to the correct people. So it's super, super important that you get your issues, questions, concerns to your crew leaders. And if they need to ask me, or if they need to take that question further to the next level of leadership, they will, and they'll get it handled, and they'll get back to you on that. So take really good notes, or I guess just pay close attention to who you should be reporting to, who you should be communicating with, in order to keep this whole cadence of communication flowing and working effectively. Thanks, guys.